Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be doing kind of a video. I kind of want to make an annual thing. I talked about it in my last video, but basically this is how is it so far. So basically, my how is it so far series. Basically, every big event I like to do just like sort of in the middle of the event. I like to do like a video. Talking about my thoughts on the update so far. You guys are probably familiar with this series, so every major update I do like a top three good things, top three bad things, that kind of thing. This one is a bit different. We're going to be actually doing one on the entire year so far. So basically, I like to do a review of the year as a whole. I completely missed my last year's review, and I do kind of apologize. I kind of do it in my timeline video. In a way, that's kind of my review video anyway. So I'm probably just going to not do reviews for the entire year. I'm probably just going to leave that in my timeline video because I kind of go over that anyway in my timeline videos. So those ones I'll I'll leave those timeline videos for my kind of opinions on the entire thing. It's a little bit like the content list. Like the content list, that's what the content list is meant for. I go over all the content and then I give my thoughts on everything as a whole. So the timeline is kind of like the content list for the year, whilst this video is kind of like my how is it so far video for the entire year. So yeah, I'm going to go through basically what the format of this video. I'll talk you through it. Basically, I'm going to go through every single event so far we'll do, but I'm only going to restrict it to major events, mini events, and episode tie-ins, and also I'm going to give an exception for annual events. So I'll just do Valentine's Day. Really, that pretty much I can't be bothered with Easter. There's no point talking about it. It was nothing. So yeah. And then I'll follow that with 3 things I love about this year and 3 things I hate about this year. So yeah, let's go into this video. And also I will be doing my favourite character and my favourite building of this year. So let's start with going through all the kind of major, minor, and well, all the episode tie-ins, all the major events and all the mini events, and also Valentine's Day. Let's go through all of them and kind of give my yay or nay. So of course, yay means I like it, and nay means I don't like it. I'm not going to have like an in-between. It's got to be a yay or a nay. So let's start with the first kind of mini update that we got for this year, which was the book stops here, or the political update if you want to call it that. And to be honest, that gets a yay. I quite enjoyed that update. I think it was it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't too bad. Haw-Haw Land, I think that gets a yay. It was a pretty solid episode tie-in, just, a simple format. I thought the character was okay, the building was okay. It's not, again, it's not an amazing thing, but there was a few buildings in there. No, there was only the one building wasn't there in this one. But overall, I quite liked it. Battle Royale. This one gets a nay. Now, it's really weird because my favourite building, which honestly might surprise a lot of people, but I went through all the buildings, and I'd probably have to say this one was my favourite of this year. There was some itchy and scratchy buildings that kind of came close, but my favorite building comes from the Bot Royale update, and we'll go through that in a minute. But overall, the Bot Royale update was pretty lackluster. I didn't really like it at all. I thought there was a lot of problems with it. I didn't think it flowed very well, and I think like overall the structure was pretty bad for it. So that one gets a nay. Valentine's Day gets a nay as well, just because I think they didn't do enough with it. I think it was pretty, getting one building wasn't particularly great. And I think that they've really kind of ruined Valentine's Day, what it used to be. It doesn't have to be a major event each time. It doesn't even have to be a mini event each time. It just has to be either a week on its own or a week inside an event, and give us a character, a building, and a decoration, or a character, a building, and another character, or a character, a building, and another building. Something of the sort. Give us 3 items at least. I don't just want one single thing, and they don't have to make it a mini event, but a mini event every so often would be nice because there's plenty of content they could use to make a mini event out of Valentine's Day. That would be pretty cool if they just gave us a mini event one year, and then the next year they gave us just a week event, and then the next year they gave us a mini event, and then the next year they gave us just a week event. That would be cool. That would be awesome. And I would enjoy that. Then Homer versus the 18th Amendment. That gets a yay. I think it was a little. I think that there was really good things about it. I like you know, I like Howard K. Duff, and I think if they didn't add Howard K. Duff, it would have been an A. But overall, it was a pretty solid mini event. I quite enjoyed it. Homer is the where there are isn't, that gets a yay, but only barely. I didn't really enjoy it. I just thought the episode itself wasn't really great, and the episode entire in itself, I just thought it was quite boring. It barely gets a yay. Like, it's barely on there. I just, overall, I wasn't really a massive fan of it. It was okay, but nothing special. There was probably way better episodes they could have picked than that. Springfield Jobs gets a yay, although I did get bored of it quite later on in the event. I think it is definitely our second best update. I was a bit too hasty when it first came out. I thought it was going to be as good as Destination Springfield 2 just from looking at the content, but overall it wasn't as great. It does get a yay though. I still think it was a pretty solid event. Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 2, that gets a definite yay. I thought that was an amazing update. I predicted it, and I think I think that overall I really enjoyed it, so definitely gets a yay. Itchy and Scratchy Land gets a yay for sure. Awesome event. Definitely the best so far this year is Itchy and Scratchy Land, just because it transformed Tapped Out from what it was, and I think it is a really solid update, so it definitely gets a yay. And then Poochie's Dog Days, the most recent one, the one that's currently still going on, I'm also going to give this one a yay. I think it's given us 4 new characters, which are really cool. Well, one of them is really cool. The others are kind of minor characters, but I'm not going to bash it on it, you know, that's okay. And a few new buildings as well. So overall, really solid. This year is overall really good. We've only got 2 nays. So yeah, pretty solid year so far. 2 nays. Obviously, compared to 2017, the so far for 2017, this is doing better, but of course we still have half the year left. Well, we've got just under half the year left now because this video was done a little bit late, so we'll have to see if the second half of 2018 is as good. Technically, Poochie Dog Days was the first thing we got in the second half of 2018, and that was pretty good, so that's a good start. Hopefully the trend continues. I'm a bit worried for Halloween and Christmas, to be honest with you, because I just don't know what the hell they're going to do for both those events. So I will be honest, I'm worried about Halloween and Christmas. I've been worried since last year, really, just because there's not really much they can do with it anymore. They have to be really creative with it because there's not really any Christmas episodes they can base it off. So Halloween and Christmas I'm a little worried for, but the rest of the year I think is going to be pretty good. So next up, we're going to do 3 things I love and 3 things I hate. So the 3 things I love is, first off the bat, we just have to say it, we've got loads and loads of awesome characters in this, and just a sheer quantity of characters. Not even the fact that a lot of these characters are really cool, such as, you know, Itchy and Scratchy, Poochie, Wendell, the Krusty the Clown Show people, Birch Barlow. Like, all these characters are so awesome, and I'm so glad that we got them in the game. But also just this sheer amount of quantity, regardless of what you think of all the characters, you can't argue that this year so far has given us loads. I don't really know the exact amount, but I imagine it's over 50 so far. It must be over 50 because the Springfield Jobs, I'm pretty sure, gave us 30, doesn't it? Something like that. It gave us a large amount of characters just in that event alone. Plus, we've got way more. Even, like, look at the latest update with Poochie Dog Days. That's a mini event, and it gave us 4 playable characters. That's insane. Like, so this... So far, this year is definitely the year of characters. Like, if we should have like a tapped out New Year's, this is the year of characters. 2018 is the year of characters. Really awesome. So we can't deny that. It's just a sheer amount of characters, and it's just really awesome. To be honest, it's just great. My second point is they finally done something with Krusty Land. This is important because I had a massive issue with Krusty Land. I was hoping they'd do some sort of Krusty Land revival this year. I was praying on it. It wasn't exactly what I was planning, but I'm still happy with it nevertheless. I want to be mad. I do want to be mad because in a way, Krusty Land has been rendered pointless. It's like we did all that work for nothing because in the end, Krusty Land was just nuked, and we have to now rebuild Krusty Land in our town, and that entire new section of our game that we were given, and it's been around for years, right? And it was an awesome thing, but we have to accept that nothing was going to happen with it. That was always going to stay dead. They weren't never going to do anything with it, and they could have. And I kind of wish, in a way, that they did something with it. But if this was the solution they came up with, and this was the option that we were given, then so be it. If anything, it's probably for the good, because it does make our game smaller, because we don't have a separate server for our Krusty Land now. We just have one big server with our town. And just the fact that they've finally done something with Krusty Land, and they've, added to it in a way through the Itchy and Scratchy Land items, I'm just happy with. I'm not going to complain too much. I want to be mad, like I said, but I'm not. I understand people who don't like the change with Krusty Land, but for me, I think I do love it in a way. It's like a love-hate relationship. I love it, but I kind of secretly sort of want to hate it, but I can't really, because I was so happy when it happened. Like, I didn't really care. So yeah. And then the third thing I love is fair amount of skins, and they're not overdoing it. Now, I have an issue with a lot of events. Like, a lot of events kind of get ruined because they're just majority skins, and I don't really care about skins. The thing with skins is some of them I do enjoy and I think are really, really cool, but after a while you just never reuse the skins. Like, I don't use the skins. There's no point to. So, like, for me, skins are a bit redundant. But I feel like this event has kept it quite fair. I mean, sorry, not this event. This year has kept it really fair with skins. I don't think we've got any more than like 4 in even like the big events. So it has been really good. And they've given skins to like more kind of obscure characters who don't tend to have, like Lindsay Neagle, she got a skin. Squeaky Voice Teen got a second skin, which wasn't great, but regardless, they still gave him a skin. It's just things like that. Like, I like it when they do that, and I think that they have they've really done well with skins. They haven't overdone it. They've just had a fair amount of them, and I think that is quite respectable, and I love the fact that they've done that, and I do enjoy a skin. Like, a skin should be like a bonus item. It shouldn't be like overdone, like, and I know I like the Tap Ball, but the Tap Ball event did overdo skins quite a bit. So yeah, they're the 3 things I love. And then 3 things I hate. So first of all, land tokens. I hate the fact that they've done this. So basically now, instead of purchasing land with normal cash, you have to earn land tokens throughout all the different events to, of course, purchase land. A lot of people say that they don't have this, which I'm a bit confused about, because I have it. I know Ted 2001 has it. I know Nuclear Videos HD has it. So I'm pretty sure it's for most people. But a lot of people said, well, I don't think it was a lot. I think it was just one. I forget who it was. But one of my subscribers said that they don't have that and they can purchase land with cash. So a little confused. But I hate the fact that they've done this with land tokens. At least it's for me and most people. So I'd really dislike this, because it just makes it harder. If there isn't, like, you can't physically earn all the land tokens you need. There's no way, unless you save them all from previous events, which really annoys me, because I didn't. So I had to acquire some by other means. But I just think that it really is annoying when they do this, because it just makes the game way harder for the person, and there isn't even a way to buy land tokens with donuts. Like, they don't even give an alternative. It's you earn them in events, or that's it. That's the only way you can do it, and you can only earn so many. Like, there's a limit to how many you can use. I just think it makes it way harder, when the whole point of land was it's meant to just be obscene amounts of cash. Like, it's already obscene amount of cash, and I know it's kind of got to the point now, if you're past level 60, or if you're past level 60, then you've participated in the last 2 years, you're fine in money. Money is not an issue for you, because all your buildings just earn you tons of cash. You didn't even need I don't even need to send my characters on tasks anymore, because my buildings earn me all my cash, so I don't even need to bother about that. It's just so I guess that's probably the reason why they implemented the whole land tokens thing. I just think it's really annoying. My second point is the continuation of in-store characters and buildings. So, of course, what I mean by this is when you purchase amounts of donuts, it kind of is latched on with a character. Now, it happened last year, of course, but they continued it on with this year quite extensively this year, because last year it was quite like, there wasn't really that many times. I think it only happened like 3 times last year. I think once at the start of the year, once with Halloween, and I think once with, well, I think it might have happened at Christmas. I'm not sure. I think it might have only happened twice, actually. I'm not entirely sure, but this year they've made a habit of it, where every major event they do this thing, and I just think that it's just really scummy in a way, and like when you already have donuts, and like a lot of the things aren't even worth it. So I've talked about this quite extensively, so I'm not going to really bat on about it, but yeah, you guys understand what I mean. I just really hate this trend that they've kind of made now. And my third thing I hate is Battle Royale. I think Battle Royale was just such a piss poor start to the year. It really disinterested. Like, I got to the point where I was considering like just not bothering with YouTube. If you notice, when Battle Royale came out and it was going on, I stopped uploading videos. I was just bored with Tapped Out after that. It really kind of was just shit. Like, to be quite honest, it was just shit. It was a really awful event. Well, not awful, but because it did give us some really good characters, and that's what it had going for it. But I thought, like, overall it was just boring. Questline was boring. The tasks were boring. Everything about the theme was boring. I didn't care. Like, and I just think that it was such a bad start for what kind of became a really good year. So yeah, that's it for the things I hate. And then finally, let's just kind of wrap this video up. The favourite character of this year so far is, of course, Itchy. I think he's a cool character. The reason Scratchy isn't on this list is Scratchy's premium, while Itchy was completely free. I think he was a good leader for the Itchy and Scratchy event, of course, made a lot of sense. And yeah, I think overall was a great character, and I really enjoyed him. And definitely my favourite character I really wanted in the game for a long time, as well as Scratchy. Scratchy gets a close second. But I think Itchy overall was the best character. So yeah, Itchy's my favourite character. And yeah, my favourite building is actually, surprisingly, and I talked about it before, is actually Popper Wheelies. I really like this building. I think it's just really cool. The fact it's kind of wooden and the bikes outside. I don't know. Something about this building. I just love it. It was kind of a building I've seen before and I really wanted in the game, but it's now finally been added, and I really love it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit random why I like it, but I like it nonetheless. So yeah, Popper Wheelies gets my favourite building. And if you don't like it, you can wheel off. That was a bad joke. But anyway, guys, that's it for this entire 2018 even, so far. Yeah, overall, pretty good year. I'm really happy, so let's hope that the rest of the year is just as good. And no more crappy Battle Royale events. No crappy events like that. And anyway, thanks for watching. Please tell me your thoughts on this year so far, and yeah, I'll see you next video. Goodbye.